Welcome back to my garage. Time to iron out some speed bumps and get this show back on the road. Looks like we got away with it this time. There's not much damage, if any at all. There's some slight scuffing in one of the ports here. Just needs a little bit of deburring. You can see some lines in the bore, but you can't feel any. And I can still see the crosshatch. You can also see all the corrosion. That's the fuel. The ring has broken off here. It's either the ring gap being too small, the ring ends butting together and the ring just pushing a piece of the piston out, or it's the ring hooking up in one of the ports. This gap is running on the bridge between the exhaust and the transfer port, and these ports are wide. You can't run that gap in the middle of one of them. That bridge is really small and it might be too small. I think we'll need to relocate the pin gap to this bridge, which is much wider than the two others. Might remember I used my last suitable piece of aluminium to make this head, so I've ordered more. Should be here in a day or two, hopefully. I think the safest way to relocate that pin is to drill a hole through the crown, put a pin in there, and then weld that hole shut from the top. Then there's no way for that pin to come out. I've only got a DC TIG welder, but we only need to melt shut a tiny hole though, so let's test with a scrap piston and see how that works. I've drilled a bunch of small holes through the piston crown. Well, this kind of works, but it also melts a part of the edge of the piston, so no go. Plan B then. My youngest son is in a vomiting and diarrhea phase, which means there hasn't been much time to do stuff out here the last few days. That means I've had time to think about things. I'm pretty sure it's not the position of the ring pin that is the problem. I think it's just the ring ends butting up together. My reasoning is how the piston has broken off. It's not around the pin, it's here. So the pin has been staying in its place here, but it's been bulging out and grabbing in the port and then pushing up here. I don't think we need to relocate that ring pin. Just need a larger ring gap. Clean up the cylinder, gap the new ring, install the piston. Poor man's progressive glasses. Point 3 is loose, point 4 doesn't go in. Between point 3 and point 4. Perfect. I noticed a lot of puddling fuel in the lower external transfer. That's the lowest point on the engine, so perfect place to put a drain valve. Shipping the aluminium took a little longer than I had hoped for. Should arrive later today though, and we can start machining tonight. You know how my footage, especially the colors, have been kind of weird lately? Well, let me tell you a story. You probably know by now that I'm shooting in 2x anamorphic, which means the picture starts off like squeezed in camera, and I have to de-squeeze it in post. Anamorphic footage has this really nice feel to it. There's some weird artifacts and the whole characteristic of the picture when you shot it anamorphic. It just gives off this really nice feel, at least I think so. Makes filming more complicated though, and that's probably the main appeal for me. It's special, it's not normal, it's special. I like when things are not normal, but special. I'm also filming in 400 megabit 422 vlog, and I think my reasoning is the same. It's more special than just shooting some picture profile out of the camera, some normal, natural picture profile. The thing is, I'm not that experienced in color grading, and you need to color grade vlog. It's really flat out of the camera. You can apply a LUT that brings it into the normal color space, but it looks wrong to me. It probably looks more like what it really looks like, but I think my eyes are applying some kind of algorithm and bringing it into what I remember it looking like, even though it was just a split second ago. I think my brain is kind of mixing what it feels like being here with what it actually looks like, and it kind of makes a color grade based on that, based on the feeling. What you see is my best effort at making it look like what I see, even though it doesn't really look like that, if that makes sense. Let's see if that aluminium has arrived. Woo! Head number 3. Got material to make another 8. I have a feeling this wasn't the last time. Assembled. There's a slight water leak here though. I'm hoping that's not leaking into the cylinder. Probably those copper O-rings I made for the 2 cylinder halves that aren't doing their job properly anymore. We'll have to split the cylinder. Not now though. Let's hope this is just leaking to the outside and do a couple of runs. It's leaking into the cylinder. Well, good thing I put in that drain valve, otherwise I would probably not have caught it and tried running it. I'm out of coffee too, and I can't drink rum because it's early in the morning and I have to pick up the kids at school and stuff. I can't drink. I know what's wrong, it's just a matter of disassembling, pressing the cylinder apart and replacing those copper O-rings with proper O-rings. Problem is this solid copper sealing rings I made. I'll see if I can find some normal rubber O-rings that will fit in the grooves here. Managed to crack the liner while pressing it out. We'll need to make another one. Got the material, so that's no biggie. We've had several videos with a running engine now, so I hope you can excuse this one. See you next time.